What if your phone never stops ringing? The real problem with getting calls. Most local business owners spend thousands of dollars every single month on ads. You see your card charged again, you opt for a few phone calls from real customers. But often it's the same thing. People just asking questions, not ready to buy. Maybe you're running ads on Google, Facebook, or even local flyers. Sometimes the price goes up. Sometimes you get leads that waste your time. This cycle is exhausting. Even if some ads work, you wish there was a better way. In this video, I'm going to explain to you a true case study I built out completely that generates 16 leads from people filling out this form completely on Google, and it costs less than $100 to build out. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can also replicate the same system too for your business. So when people look for your services on Google, three sections appear. The first is the sponsor section right here. The second is the Google Map Pack section or Google Business Profile section. And you have the organic section or the blue links here. The sponsored section gets 25% of all of the searches that come through Google. And probably this is exactly where you're spending a lot of your money on. And in this case, you're competing with a lot of businesses, and thus your cost per click goes up, your cost per acquisition or cost per lead goes up month after month. Then the second section is the Google Business Profile or the Map Pack section. So in this section that you have three businesses that are competing right here, and Google has its ranking factor that enables them rank here for the specific search right here. And this section gets 65% of all of the calls. And the remainder of this percentage that is left over right here, 10%, goes to this first 10 results. And the first three results here get most of the clicks. And here's our website right here, appearing for gutter repairs McKinney, also appearing for gutter contractor in the zip code position number 1, appearing for gutter installer in the zip code position number 1. So I'm going to walk you through exactly why Google loved this website and what made it rank in this specific area right here, and how you can replicate the same thing for whatever service industry that you're based out of. So basically, this is the website right here. The first step we took in getting this website live is get an exact match domain. So in naming your domain, you need to find an exact match domain. Basically, what this does is signal Google exactly what service you render and in which city you render the service in. So in naming the domain, you have to include the service you render plus the city in which you render the service in trying to come up with the domain name. It gives authority. And once you build your backlinks, I'm going to explain in a moment exactly how this helps you when you are building backlinks overall. The second step we took is tell Google exactly what our website is all about. You could basically do this by talking about by including the core service plus related service plus city in the title tag. Hence, when people search for our services, they know exactly what we offer on this website via what is showing right here. And this is the title tag right here. Then, just below the very first headline on the website here, you also want to include the core service plus related services plus city in the very first headline of the web page right here. It gives Google more information about what this web page is all about. Then the very first paragraph below the headline, you also want to include the service plus city that you are targeting in this paragraph naturally anyway. So this concludes the section above the fold. The second section is the Our Service section. So in this section, you want to list out all of the related services that you offer. In our case, it's repair, replacement, cleaning, downspout installation, and gutter guides. And briefly talk about each of the services and what your customers intend to get from the services. Then the third section is why they should choose this company. So in this section, you want to build trust with the client or the prospect. This here, you want to talk about how long you've been in business, if you're licensed, if you're insured, if you offer financing, if you have awards of some sort. What is your process like from start to finish? What is your team like? This is the exact spot you want to include all of this step right here. The second to last section you must include is a frequently asked questions section. So in this section, you want to answer frequent queries that people who are looking for your services are actively searching on Google. You could use AI to basically come up with questions and then answer them in return, or you could leverage data that Google already has. So when someone types in your service on Google, they see the section they call people also ask. This is data that Google is actually pulling from the database to tell you exactly what people who are looking for your services are typing and searching for to get more clarity. The first question here is how much do goods cost on average in Texas? When you're answering this question on your website, you want to make it local to the area that you're targeting. In our case, we are servicing McKinney. So I want to frame the question in this format. How much do gutters cost on average in McKinney, Texas? What is the best gutter system or gutter company in McKinney? So that's exactly how you want to answer these questions on your website. This further builds your authority and gives the user even more context and allow Google to show you up in the search for when people search for these queries. Then the last thing we did was also include the zip code of the area that we service. We service McKinney, and these are the 5 zip codes that we service. The reason being that when people search for our services with the keyword with the zip code modifier, we tend to rank way higher than even big brands like Yelp, Angie's List, and and today's homeowners. So that's exactly what you expect when you include the zip code on the anywhere on the home page itself. And basically that concludes exactly how we're able to rank this website on Google and generate this number of leads, 16 qualified leads from people filling out this form. Then in order to get Google to trust this website, we need to give them a signal to understand that we are open for business and we are a site to be reckoned with. We do this by including our website in local directories. Local directories have been the best way to tell Google that you are open for business and kind of build that foundational trust that every business has. So we've got our website listed in Yelp and over 400 directories here. So you could basically go through this list and have your website registered, and this points back a link to your main home page. Or you could basically, like ourselves, hire the services of Mohammed Wahid on Fiverr. It does this for $75, and you don't have to waste so much time. You don't have to spend the entire day trying to register each of your services. But if you have the time, by all means, go through as many local directories as possible to signal Google that you are an authority within that space. So basically, that's all we spent in actually generating these leads. That would have cost us anywhere upwards of $3,000 to generate. We spent less than $100, $75 for the local citations right here, and the domain cost just $15. So we're averaging around $90 to generate leads that would have cost us anywhere between $3,000 if we were to run ads completely for this service. I must say at this moment that there are things within the Woody's website that would have generated us even more leads or get us more clients. The first thing is we didn't have an active phone number at the time we were running this case study. An active phone number would have allowed us to report the numbers of persons who called. Most local owners who are actually calling businesses are looking to fulfill the services within the hour. They don't want to fill out a form that takes 48 to 72 hours to get response back from. So if we had an active phone numbers on the website, would have definitely gotten even more calls than form fields. So that's something we could have added. Then in order to further strengthen the topical authority of this website, it is SEO recommended we have dedicated pages for each of these related service, such that gutter repair has its own separate page talking about just gutter repairs in McKinney. The same thing with gutter cleaning, gutter replacement, and all other services that you render. Then if you look at the map of McKinney, we have surrounding cities like Prosper, Roland, New Hope. You want to also create pages that target each of the cities, anywhere between 5 to 20-mile radius of your service. You want to create each dedicated pages targeting each of these cities such that you are able to get calls from all of these nearby locations. And with this, you would be able to totally crush your market and thus get more leads coming in into your business. So that's the timeline we expect to actually boost the topical authority. So you expect anywhere between 20 to 100 page website depending on the number of locations that you're servicing and the number of service you're providing. Then in order for us to get our website rankings from position number 3 like this to position number 1, we need high quality websites mentioning or referring us. Look at it like this. You're trying to attend an interview, and on the board of the interviews, you have 20 people who you've already worked with, and they are vouching for you that you do quite a good job. Do you really need so much effort to actually land that job? Definitely not. That's exactly how Google works. The more authority websites that mentions your business and links back to you, the more Google sees you as an authority and trusts you more. And with this trust brings more rankings, and more rankings brings more leads. The very cheapest way to acquire much of this link is via a press release. I use the service here, King's Newswire. They offer you 450 guaranteed placements for $70. That is quite a steal. So it's something you really want to have. The press release basically is a newsworthy article that you put out about your business. So we are leveraging the SEO benefits such that you are able to rank for keywords within your space just by pointing all of these 450 links to your own page. For these 450 links, you get good quality websites for some of them, including Fox, NBC, and CBS media outlets. So it's a steal and it's something you really should do. It's something we've improved upon since our case study. Another thing you could also get is very high quality guest posts. So aside from the press release, there are websites that are within your niche that would really want to feature you, but you have to pay a certain amount of money to get featured. These are very high quality links, and I recommend my local SEO mentor, Jackie Cho. He offers the service. He offers guest posts anywhere between $74 to $90 and niche edits from between $90 to $95 per link. These links are high quality. One of these links could obviously invalidate 450 press release. It's way that's the kind of power these links generate. So it's something you really should have going forward, but it's not a must. But for basic things that you need to do, you need to get an exact match domain to get your website listed on. You need to build out this entire content strategy itself, get the title tag in place, get your headline in place, get the first paragraph, include the core services right there. List all of the services that you render, establish why customers should trust you in this section, and also include frequently asked questions, and lastly, include the zip code. Then you must do your citations, your press release, and occasionally you could actually do this high quality guest post which cost a bit more to acquire. And that's all you need to actually rank in your specific city. Then in order for you to completely dominate your entire area, such that we're able to target cities around us anywhere between 5 to 20 mile radius, you want to repeat the same strategies such that you have a multi-microsite system. So in our case, we targeted, we could service Allen, we could service Prosper, we could service Princeton. So for each of these sites, we'll use the same system, an exact match domain for each of these locations because of the ranking power it gets. Google basically gives your own page the ranking power because of the number of links that are pointing to it. So it's something we really want to leverage in actually ranking this website. So imagine if you're able to get anywhere between 1 to 2 leads per website and you have over 10 locations that you service. That is anywhere between 10 to 20 leads coming from there every single month. We launched this website in November of 2024, and by January 25 or 2025, we got our very first lead. That is less than 90 days. So at this point, I'm not saying you should just automatically stop the ads that you're running. If your ads are working for you right now, keep doing them. But I'm telling you, in order for you to build your system, because once you're running ads, you're basically renting these customers. You don't own them. It's more of like someone trying to rent a house and build a house. The person who builds the house, over time, the person stops paying the mortgage and he owns this forever. That's exactly what your website and implementing the system does for you. You own your lead source. You let Google drive this traffic to you and get you this leads completely for free. So I've given you exact system on how to get this ranked, and it costs just $224 to build out. Let me see if I got the cost in right here. So it costs you just $224 to build out. Domain $15, citation $75, press release $70, then content and indexing $20 each, and that is $224. Get you started for just one website. Most of you run anywhere between $1,000 for your ads monthly. That is 5 locations that you service that you could start ranking today. Within 3 or 4 months, you start getting your very first lead coming from it. So, but if you think, okay, this system is a bit complex and it's not something you understand, you could basically work with us. And we'll help you build out the system and help you also run campaigns that help to drive leads for your business. Aside from building out this website for you, we'll also help you update your Google Business Profile such that you're able to appear in this top 3 position here on the Google Maps section. And we also set up a review collection system such that when you service your customers, happy customers are able to leave you reviews on autopilot. They get reminders. We set up an auto missed call test back function for you on your website so that when someone calls you and you're busy, they get automatically texted back to prevent them from calling another business. And we stay on top of Google's updates to follow the rules as they roll them out and implement them so you don't fall behind. So how to build a system, basically, we pick, like I said, this is exactly the structure we follow. The home page, then the upgraded system, we have a service hub page that lists all of the services you do. We have a location pages that list all of the locations you do, and have a frequently asked questions. So why stick with us? In order for you to actually implement the system correctly, you need expertise. If you still think you still can do this yourself, fine. But if you have questions or if you're stuck somewhere, leave a comment in the description below. And thank you for watching so far. Please subscribe to our channel and leave a like on this video. If you have more questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll do well to respond with a video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next